how do you make the most out of working with a coach? So whether it's how do you show up mentally, like what do you do to be prepared? Like how do you get the most out of it as the client?
Yeah. So once you've made a decision, you've made the investment, you're spending on a coach, you've got your sessions, that is only one part of the challenge. The other part is showing up ready to play, showing up to really get the most out of that investment that you're making. I've gone through both sides of it. I've gone through periods where I did not make the most of it. And, I went through all the bad feelings that comes with that, feeling guilty, feeling like, oh my God, I threw away my money that I didn't really have a lot of. And now I'm not making the most of it. And I've also, played full out where I've gotten maximum value and more for that time and that money that I've invested in it. And so a few things that I recommend for people, who are signing up and already signed up for a coach. So this means you're already there. You've signed up, you're ready, you're committed, you're going to do it, is to one, always come prepared for every session. And what that means is specifically, when you're going session to session, so I'm not really focusing on the first session right now. I'm like when you're already in that ongoing phase, make sure that you always do a review of the last week or 2 weeks, basically the last period of time since the last time you had a session. So review everything that happened, the good, the bad, the ugly. What went well, what didn't. Think about like where the challenges were, anything that changed. Maybe something is not what it was 2-3 weeks ago. Make sure to make note of all of that stuff. And then you come into the session with all of those things because now you're prepared to discuss very objective and tangible wins, challenges, and everything in between. And then that right there puts you in a better spot. I often tell people that and I tell my coach this actually, that as great as it is to get on the phone with him, I get the most value for my investment in between sessions. It's in the preparation for his session and the work that I've done for the next session. That's where the real magic is. It's nice to catch up with him for an hour, but that's an hour every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks.
Right.
That's not a lot of time. That if that's what I'm investing in, only 1 hour, I can't, that's not going to be it. There's nothing magical enough that could happen in 1 hour that will radically change your life. It's the work that happens in between the sessions. So I always tell him like, dude, as much as I love you, it's everything before I get to the session that is where I get most of my value for this money invested. And that's why I say focus on making sure that you, one, do the work, and two, that you review and take notes and kind of do an inventory or kind of a review of all those last 1, 2, 3 weeks since your last session, so that you can come in at least having reflected on all of that. It changes the session. You start to find that, I did get stuck on something. I didn't realize it because life was moving so fast. Now I know. So you know what? I think I'll talk about this. Or, wow, that was a really interesting victory. I didn't even think I was going to get that. I almost skipped over that victory, which by the way, we do a lot, and my clients do it. I do it, where we have a victory and we totally just kind of run right over it as if nothing. And we don't stop to celebrate. We don't do anything. It's just like, oh yeah, cool. That's done. Moving on. No, that was once something we wanted, something that we thought we couldn't even have. And now we got it. So it's important that we stop to celebrate. Coaches help us do that. And the reflection process helps you do that. So getting the most means preparation. And I'm really going to leave it there because that is actually as simple as it is to get massive ROI from one-on-one coaching or any kind of coaching. Same goes for community-based.